Hello out to all you wonderful people. This is Andre the Game I Dig. I thank you once again for lending me your time and your ear and listening into another Gamer's Memory video. And this time I'm going to talk about, since the Rogue One movie came out recently, playing Star Wars on the SNES back in the day. And I've played and beat all three of those games when I was younger. Unfortunately, that was back when I needed help beating a lot of games. But I did actually play through and beat those games with other people, not by myself, because I haven't had them in recent years to actually go ahead and play them and beat them. And it kind of makes me wonder why they were never released like on a virtual console on the damn Wii U or the 3DS at least. Somebody do that, and I would buy them again and play them and actually beat them by myself this time. But getting that aside, I just remember when, because I had only recently seen the movies at the time, and being a kid, I didn't pay attention to a whole lot of the different details about the stories. I just remembered the characters and like certain things, like, lightsabers and fucking laser blasters and shit and ships and stuff. So I remembered all that stuff and playing those games, like with my elder brothers and my sister, and like sitting in the living room and having my parents watch and shit, because they routinely watched us play video games. It was like, it's just like something that they did. They didn't have to. They chose to sit down and watch us play these games. But I just remember like the first time I actually got to play it, and I remember the levels. I can't remember any of the fucking names of these places, because unfortunately I'm not like big on all of the lore of Star Wars, which is something I'm going to fix myself. But I just remember seeing the playing the game and like running through, like, especially when you first play A New Hope. I don't know if it was called A New Hope on the SNES. I think it was just called Star Wars when it was put out, because you had Star Wars, then you had Star Wars: The Empire Strikes Back, and damn it, I'm thinking of them putting these out of order. I know the first game, I'm pretty sure the first game was just called Star Wars. I don't think it was called Star Wars: A New Hope. I know that there was Empire Strikes Back. And what the fuck? How am I forgetting the names? I knew this shit. It happens. It's a brain fart. I'm just let it go, because if I keep dwelling on it, I'm just going to miss the whole point of telling you guys this story. But it's like thinking about playing, like, the first time you play with Luke and you're in the first level is a desert area and you got to run through shooting monsters and shit. Obviously, he didn't actually do that in the movie. He wasn't just running around shooting shit. And but it's just like being able to play it. And I was like, I remember this character from the movie. Like, and this is cool. Like, this is fun. This is exciting. And it's just like at that point in time, my brother took the fuck over because I sucked at the game and couldn't fucking make it past the first level at first. But like, it's just like sitting down, like remembering all the different characters as they popped up in the game. Like, oh, that's Han Solo, or like that's Luke, or like that's Darth Vader and stuff like that. Like, and just like spending that time with my family, being able to chill out and have a little bit of fun, just shooting the shit, playing video games. And like usually on a weekend, like on a Sunday, sometimes a Sunday morning, like after everybody's done everything that they got to do that morning, get up. Well, not get up, like just get the hooking up the Super Nintendo and playing some games and shit. But I really remembered just enjoying the hell out of all that, and it was fun. Like, it was cool, it was nice, it was chilled. It's not like the stressful situation that we got now with gaming, where you gotta, and it is stressful to a lot of people, where you gotta worry about being the best player, you gotta worry about people cheating online, you gotta worry about games not working all that well and being completely broken. And there were games like that back then, mind you. But those games typically didn't get played. And there were games with issues that did get played, but those are the ones I think people actually liked to play. Either that or they had no other choice. But, Empire Strikes Back. It's like New Hope, Empire Strikes Back. What was the last one? I don't know why I can't remember the last one. This is Return of the Jedi. God damn. Why was that so hard? Or is it Is it New Hope, Return of the Jedi, Empire Strikes Back? I haven't watched the movies in a long ass time, so you can be mad at me. I haven't watched them in a long time, and it's not like I'm staring at like any information at the moment that puts them in the proper order. But I think Return of the Jedi was the last one because if I remember correctly, that would be when Luke beat his father, beat Darth Vader. I was just I gotta shut up now, but but we did get all those games. Like I think all of the movies had already been out by then, and we ended up with the games like all the movies had been out. I think all the games had actually come out by then because I don't remember having them separately. I just remember having them all together. I don't remember getting one and then getting another and then the other. I remember actually having them all at the same time. So I think they were all already out, and my brother just bought all three of them at the same time, and that's when we had them. Like I don't have them now. I wish I kind of did because I like talking about them makes me want to play them. I'm like I would love to get back into these games, and that's why I'm like, why is there no Star Wars? Like this would have been the perfect time to put that shit on the virtual console, on the Wii U, or on the 3DS. And I'm like, why hasn't that happened? Like this is literally the best time to do it. And it's not like, but the blah, blah, blah. Get back to my point. I was about to go off on a tangent. I don't need to. It's just like thinking about how fun it was, how much I liked it, and how good of a time I had with my family back then. Again, these are things that you just can't do now, or it's not that you can't do them now. It's that there are far less people who are willing to do things this way now, like where a family can sit down and play some video games together. Maybe not everybody's playing, but we can all sit down and enjoy the shit together at the same time and talk about the things that are going on the screen and laugh at something funny when something happens or somebody makes a weird mistake that they usually wouldn't make. And all that stuff happened when I would play these games and my family members would be sitting around like my mother, father, aunts, uncles, cousins, brother, sister. We'd all be just like chilling out and having a good time, and like that's the type of stuff I kind of miss. And hopefully with my kids I'll be able to do more of that stuff once they're all ready to do it. It was like right now they want to argue about every goddamn thing. But that's beside the point. Thank you guys very much for listening in. I know this one was probably a bunch of jumbled up thoughts, but thanks for listening. Keep your eyes and ears out for more stuff from me. And until the next time, enjoy your games. Peace out.